Welcome to everybody online. We are live at the Crestwood Curling Center. Our feature game today is Richards and Sturmay. Richards is throwing red and Sturmay is throwing blue today. I'm joined here with Richard.
Ryan.
Ryan.
Yes, and it's going to be a great game. A very important game for both teams as we head towards playoff action tomorrow. And we'll see what the outcome of this is.
First rock is just a tight center guard. Is that in the house? No, I think it's just outside the house.
Yeah, just out of the house. So we're getting right into it. They're not going to run off this end like we often see in the first end.
They're going right at it.
Yep. Get some exciting action for the fans. All right, and Team Richards goes into the house. They have the hammer with the red rocks in this first end of play. And I believe that was an intentional call. Keep it a little bit simpler. It's a nice intermediate call. You don't have to go for the blank in the first end, but you also don't want to go too hard and have the other team make some good shots and put some pressure on you. So keep it simple, and we'll see what happens this end. And throwing leads rocks here is Amy Wheatcroft for Team Richards. Originally from BC, but moved to Alberta to join the U of A Pandas team. And this is the junior women's team at the U of A. And they're a good bunch of curlers. And they're facing off against a former U of A Pandas team, Team Sturmay, which 3 of the members were a part of at the U of A. So the lead rocks were thrown by Paige Papley for Team Sturmay. Now we have Desiree Hawes throwing the second stones. Keeping it pretty simple right now, just an open hit and roll. And a well-executed shot, avoided the backing. So a little bit of early pressure. Team Richards has to do a bit of work to get their blank here. But they have lots of time to make a double. And up now, throwing second for Team Richards is Rachel Jakes, my little sister. So proud.
Taught her everything you know, right?
Darn right. Yep, I am her hero.
Right,
Not. Pretty good shot there. Doesn't sit shot rock, but I don't think Team Sturmay would want to keep that around. Maybe they'll come around the guard though if they can make it good and they don't have to worry about it on the side.
The call is to come around, and
we'll see if Desiree can put some early pressure on this Team Richards. And some very exciting news for the Sturmay team. It was recently announced that they will be going to the Scotties. And they will be one of the wildcard teams that got in on the points because of a bit of a kerfuffle with Team Kerry. So they're going to be very excited and looking forward to the Women's National Championship.
Draws just is a little bit heavy, back 8 there. Probably half buried behind the guard.
Yeah, not too bad.
Not terrible.
But I suppose there's room for Richards to come in here.
Sturmay is 3-1, and Richards is 0-2. Both of them probably need a win today.
Yeah, this is a very important game, I would say. You know, Team Richards definitely needs a win to stay alive. I haven't looked fully at the standings, but it might be that Sturmay could get away with a loss here, but you don't want to leave anything like that going into playoffs. You want that momentum anyways.
Looks like they're peeling a guard here.
Yeah, I think this is a fair call early in the game.
Keep it open. Keep it.
Totally. Later in the game, once you really have your draw weight down, maybe you follow them down.
Sorry, Sturmay is Sturmay is 1-2.
Ah, sounds good. Yeah, in that case, quite important.
Yeah,
for
both
them.
of them would still need a win.
Yep. And I believe this is Sturmay's final game, but Richards has one more game tonight.
Yeah.
Then playoff action tomorrow. So definitely stay tuned all weekend. We got some exciting action for you, including the men's, which continues all the way to Monday. And
here come around the guard. Well, I guess the rock that did not move out of that position after the hit.
Yeah, I think they were hoping to get it a little bit further off center line, make some room, but does the main job. It did open up the back rock.
Did open it up, yep. And just sneaks by that corner guard.
Oh, that was some good sweeping, huh?
Very good sweeping. Right to T-line.
Yeah, take a look at the sweeping form. They are going as hard as they can for line and for weight, just squeaking that by the guard. Nicely done. And that shot was thrown by Danielle Schmiemann, the third for Team Sturmay. And up now we have Emma Yarmich, currently the third for this team. Although I should note they're mixing around the positions a little bit. The usual skip of the team is Gracelyn Richards, as you can see by the name on the scoreboard. But it's a 5-player team, and Gracelyn is representing Canada at the World Universiade. So she is not going to be at Women's Provincial, so it's these 4 that are playing. So they're getting ready with this squad, seeing how things go.
Yeah.
A nice run back there that you just saw. Didn't quite stick around, but got the dangerous rock out of the forefoot.
Yeah, still keeps the rings fairly open. Right?
Exactly.
Opening up the score zone is important.
I guess currently have both draws into the forefoot here, but we'll see if Danielle Schmiemann can put it right back. Apply some more pressure.
Sturmay is currently lying 2. Sweeper's going here a little bit, just trying to hold the line.
Can they do it this time?
Oh, just a little bit.
Very close.
Still second shot though. Sturmay is lying 3.
And it's an interesting position. That blue rock might get in the way a little bit of the draw to the button path that they're used to. So this could get interesting. We're going to need a good shot on the last rock of the end for Team Richards.
They haven't seen too much on the intern side, so I'm not too sure, if they can get around that side that way.
I think they have enough room. It's just a question of if they know the weight out there as well.
They'll definitely, and given this is first end.
Exactly. So both teams had a pregame practice, so I'm sure they have a pretty good idea of what's going on out there. And here comes Emma Yarmich again, third for Richards. Looks like a hit through the port.
Hit through the port. It's just hanging out there just a little bit, but still might get nose.
Oh, nicely done.
Yeah, nicely done.
Not quite fully buried, but they're making them work for it.
Yeah, slight hit and roll. So it's still, it's shot rock now. So again, given that they have hammer, opening up the score zone is important.
Totally. And it might take a couple shots, but Team Sturmay's got to watch out for those two red ones on the side still. If they aren't able to stick around on this takeout, if they roll out or even go by it, Team Richards would have a hit and roll or even a double takeout to sit 3 or 4.
Right, yeah. So they still count.
They're not out of the woods yet. And here we have Selena Sturmay, skip of Team Sturmay. Trying to curl it over to the rock. Are they going to stick around?
They just roll out.
Oh. It did the main job.
Did the main job, yep. Blue is now sitting 2. And it looks like Richards wants to go in.
That which is fair enough. It is late in the end. You know, if you don't make that thin double takeout, then you're getting forced anyways. So
you have a little bit of backing on that side too if they do decide to go for that.
That is true. Yep. Roll into it. But the come around's a nice shot. We've seen this path a few times now. And if you get a rock around the red guard, I don't know if Sturmay's going to run that back. You know? If they ever touch one of their blue rocks, they're in really big trouble.
This will still leave Sturmay with plenty of options in their last shot.
So I was mistaken a minute ago. So this is Gracelyn Richards, the usual skip of the team, and Sophia Rahorchuk appears to not be playing today. So this is one of the regular lineups. But like I said, Gracelyn will be away. I believe it's in Italy or something like that, representing Canada, because the U of A women's team won the nationals last year, and this is a different
shot
team.
Right to the tee line.
Oh, absolutely
right
fantastic.
Behind the guard. With just a little bit of teaser just poking out on the other side.
Yeah, they could go after it if they want to. They did just throw that pass.
They could, yeah. I think Selena's just going to follow her down.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
The red rock is just slightly behind the tee line. So I think Selena just wants to go right on top to try and get the force here.
Well, if you could ever move it a couple inches, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yep.
But you also don't want to bounce off, leave an open hit.
Yeah. Sweeper's just cleaning it.
Looking pretty close.
Sweepers like it. Sweepers like it.
It's coming in. Do they have enough speed on it? Are they going to get it there?
They're going to get it there. What's the line? Oh, beautiful shot.
Absolutely fantastic. Though, if you could ever get to the nose, there might be enough room by the guard for you to tap that.
Yeah, you just need to tap that blue just to the back, just touching back 8, and you can definitely get by that guard.
Or you could play the fun shot.
Yes,
and hit the
raise
blue.
it up.
It'll hit the blue really thin, the top 8 blue, and try to triple the blues out.
Is that what you would try?
I don't know.
Yeah.
If I did, I certainly wouldn't make it. I can barely make an open hit. This is a good call.
Looks like they're just playing a quiet run back.
Yeah. Got enough room here.
Like
it's a precise shot.
Back weight, board weight.
Yeah, I think somewhere in the area of board. Look, Gracelyn just looking for a little more ice. Oh, and I can see us in the window on the screen. Hello, everybody. All right, here comes Gracelyn Richards. Can she make this run back for 2? Hanging out there right now.
It's not coming in.
Maybe off the other blue.
Oh, so close. She would have given up 1 if she, if it was just a little bit more.
Yeah.
It would have just jammed her blue.
That's
So, Sturmay steals 1.
And we'll be right back with the second end.
This is a good time to mention some sponsors here today. Sponsor of this event is Bassett Petroleum. Proudly supporting this great event, Bassett Petroleum Distributors Limited is a Northern Aboriginal-owned company serving communities across Alberta and Northwest Territories. Specializing in bulk fuel transportation, petroleum, and lubricant distribution, Bassett is committed to delivering reliability, safety, and top-notch service in the harshest conditions. Bassett Petroleum is more than a fuel supplier, they are part of the community. Given that Sturmay scored in the first end, we can mention some of their team sponsors. Wow Electric, Earth Drilling, MNP, Aquatech, EnviroShield, Menard Financial, Integration Pilates,
Yep.
KS Manufacturing, BP Westmount, and Hardline.
Yeah, sponsors are very important to get this event going, to attract all these really good teams.
And for teams, it's travel's not easy.
Totally.
Entry fees are not cheap. And you know, all the training and coaching that was required.
Yeah.
It's only getting more expensive, and sponsors are very much needed.
Absolutely. These players put so much into the game, so it's good to see some community support.
The game's also grown so much over the last couple years, and even last decade, becoming more mainstream.
It sure has. Yep. Yeah, we see lots of games on TV. It seems to be getting more and more popular, which is good to see.
Great to see.
And as we can even see here, lots of great young teams coming up.
A lot of younger teams
across all the sheets.
When I was competing, a lot of older teams, right? 10 years ago. Not to say that there weren't young teams, but it's nice to see younger people staying with the game.
Totally. And you don't have to go pro with it. You can just have some fun, and
Absolutely.
curl your whole life. It's a good way to stay active. Oh, and a nice sweep to drag that one just enough, getting to the full 12. So now Team Sturmay, I guess they're going to try to use that one as a guard. Sink this blue one around.
Yeah, it's almost like 2 center guards there.
Yeah.
Selena calling for some sweeping. Probably for a little bit of line. It's cutting in here a little bit. She's going to get around. Gets around the top one. Just gets around the second one and right to the pin. Beautiful shot. Back
Wow.
four. Great sweeping. Great call.
Yeah, so far this game, the sweeping seems to be the key. It's made some really good shots for them, including that shot draw right to the pin last time that they managed to steal with. Battle of the sweepers out here.
Richards now taking an in-turn draw. I think they want to go top four on this one. I didn't see the call.
Yeah, probably bite the button just to make sure they're shot, but I'm not sure they want to come all the way back because that might leave just enough room for Team Sturmay to put another one.
They would just follow
and
him in
you're
again.
never scoring.
Especially with those two front guards.
Yeah. All right, can they hold this one? It's diving towards that top 12 rock.
Weight looks great.
Oh!
Just gets by, and
I think they just rubbed
touched it. Yeah.
Oh, that was a close one.
Great sweep, and then
still good enough to get shot rock, but like we were just saying, there is some room there for Team Sturmay.
It does look
the
open.
button is open. Yeah. This is a key shot for Team Sturmay. It's a great opportunity to capitalize, and if they don't, then Team Richards has a great opportunity to capitalize. I think this is going to be the shot that will make or break this end for both teams.
Definitely. A lot of the times curling is about the number of mistakes you make, right? I'm not saying that was a mistake, but just capitalizing on your opportunities, right?
Exactly.
Sweeper's just getting on this one. Holding the line, looking good.
They're sure working the sweepers hard.
Yeah, they're working hard. Just a little light, it looks like. Just to, top four. That's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, I think they'll be okay with that one.
Yeah, I think they'll like that one.
It's not sitting shot rock, but the rock's behind the tee line. They're not getting any closer to the button. That one, though, that one can be bumped up. And not only that, it really cuts down the room for Team Richards. It's hard to get a second red rock in there.
Yep. Buried anyways.
Totally. And not buried, it's not going to bode well against this team.
Calling for a corner freeze here. Sweepers going. Just a little bump.
Just a hair. Super close.
Super close.
But that red is usable.
It is usable, yeah. Now, would you want to remove that red that was just thrown, or would you want to throw another freeze in there? Remember, as Sturmay, you don't have hammer here.
Yeah, it's a good question. If you really want to force them, I think the freeze is a great shot. And it's an easier shot. They've seen this a few times this end. But the best shot might be if you could throw up weight and hit that red that was just thrown right on the nose. And
Would you
get rid
care
of
for a
both
jam
reds.
at all?
You'd be a little bit worried about it, but if you throw enough weight, you can get it off the blue one as well and spill them all out of the house.
Given that the blue is, behind the tee line, it's
exactly.
you can lose it and it's okay.
Yep, that's right. But it's still early in the end, so I don't mind the freeze call at all here.
I think that's what Selena is doing here. I think they're questioning the same what we're asking here. I think she's doing freeze.
Yes, looks like it. Yeah, I wish we could hear the players out there. A lot of coaches these days mic up their players just so they can hear what's going on. and
Yeah,
have more involved team discussions after the game.
Yeah, and they
more
can
informed.
definitely listen to the game call after and listen to the decision making. That's
Exactly.
very important, right? Going
Yep.
through the process of how to decide shot calling here.
And
Rock looks like it's just cutting here a little bit. Not a terrible position.
Yeah, bounced
Not a
pretty
terrible
much
position.
right to where they wanted it line-wise. Not quite right down to the rocks, but they're not going to be too upset about that. It's a nice angle for the Blue Rock. So now what do you do?
Sturmay looking for the force. Rich is trying to get a deuce.
Looks like we're having cleanup on aisle 4 now. Gonna run the center card in, see if they can get some Blue Rocks moving. Hopefully Blue Rocks more so than the Red Rocks. And there goes Rachel Jakes.
We're going to get a good run back here.
Might just be a peel on this one.
Yeah, didn't curl up quite enough.
Yeah,
but peel it out nonetheless. It's a good throw. Opens it up a little bit.
It'll do the trick for now.
Both teams have played a fairly aggressive game thus far.
Yeah, they have. They're making it exciting for us.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. They knew they were on the streamed sheet, and they were like, we're going to make sure the fans are having a good time being interested in this game. Well, that's what it's all about. It's not about winning.
Of course.
It's about junking up the house as much as you can.
It's about what Hail Mary shot you leave your skip.
Exactly.
I think Danielle here is trying to do a quick run back. And takes out 2 blue and a red and moves things around the house.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Let's see this one more time. So they overcurl the blue just a bit. And so the red jams on the back one. They got a little bit lucky. It looks like those blues are lined up to jam a bit on the red one.
Interesting thing though is it's very difficult to get a double there unless you play the raise.
Yeah, I think you'd have to use the red one, so it's a pretty tricky shot. And again, it's early in the end, well, midway through now, so they're just going to go after the one blue.
Still early in
now.
the game.
Yep.
I think she's just peeling one out. Peeling them both out.
Yeah, it looks like more of a board weight soft shot. Try to stick around.
Oh, nice throw.
Squeaks by. A nice sweep from Amy and Rachel. Nice throw from Emma. Nice line call from Gracelyn. A very good team shot. We've seen a lot of that from both teams, really, so far. But like we were saying earlier, both teams got a few games under their belts in this event, so they have a pretty good handle on the ice. It's pretty exciting to watch. Here comes Danielle.
This one seems to be curling a little more than they want. They want a just small hit and roll.
Yeah, separate those blues.
That.
I think that's enough
Great
of a
shot.
roll. Yeah, well done.
The best thing about that is that it didn't roll too far deep and is now nearly impossible to get a double on that.
Exactly. Maybe Kevin Cooey could make that one, but it's so thick. You have to hit
and hard.
Almost on the nose.
You gotta go.
Go
sideways.
It's got to be
that.
flying. I think you could make it if you were throwing it from sheet 5, though, from that angle. So, Team Richards just going to bide their time, get rid of this blue rock, and see what happens after that. Make sure they avoid the jam on their back red. You want to keep all the reds in play that you can. Nicely done. So now that the Red Rock's a little higher in the house, it's not going to be quite the same as before. Sturmay's got to be really careful about leaving a double now.
Most definitely.
Though Team Sturmay themselves could just play the red double on the left on your screen at the moment. You'd hit that just off the nose and get both reds. I think they'd be pretty happy with that, even if they leave a double back. There goes Selena down to the other end. You can see in the corner of your screen, it's not a lot of ice. They must be throwing this one at least control weight, maybe a little more. Maybe curl enough for the double.
She just misses the double. It leaves a relatively close double back.
Yeah, looks to be there. You got to worry about the back red a little bit, but I think you can get it over the top.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you need maybe just half a rock.
Yeah, I think half a rock would do it. Maybe like a thin half. You spin down a little bit.
Yeah. Richard's looking to take control of this end. Looking at a double here.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine. Just a few rocks ago, there was so much cluster in the forefoot.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
They cleaned it up real quick.
Things can change in one rock.
Darn right. All right, let's see if Gracelyn can make this double here. Oh, it's pretty
Sweeper on it.
close.
Oh, and she makes it.
Very nice.
Very nice throw.
Didn't quite get it by the back one, but they're not going to be too upset about making the double nonetheless.
They're sitting two, and Selena's looking for those blank here.
Yeah, who would have thought early in the end? Selena was very close on her first double attempt. I think she's going to be extra dialed in on this one. Let's see what she's got. This one is humming.
Just gonna get nose here. Got rid of one. Not quite what she wanted. She wanted the double, but did get rid of one. So Richards has a chance to get two here. Just an in-turn draw to the 8-foot.
Yeah, this is a nice practice shot to have as a skip as well. You know, it's not too difficult. You just need full 12 foot, and it helps you nail your draw weight, so it's in your back pocket for later in the game. So
Definitely.
This could be a big thing for Gracelyn here. We know Selena's got her draw weight. She dropped it on the pin last end to get that steal.
Sweeper's clean out of her hand. Just need the 8 foot.
Rock seems to be on a nice track. Just a heavy clean into the house.
Right to the 4 foot. 4-2. And that concludes the second end. Richards up 2-1. We are at the Crestwood Curling Center. And another one of our event sponsors is West Hampton Mall. West Hampton Mall is North America's largest mall with more than 800 stores and services. There are 2 hotels and 100 places to eat. Family-oriented destination, not just shopping. Lots of entertainment. Home of the world's largest indoor amusement park, Galaxyland. And has an indoor water park that is over 5 acres in size. A movie theater that has 13 different movies showing and tons of free parking. West Edmonton Mall.
It's a pretty darn sweet place.
I actually went there Boxing Day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was nuts.
How was the, were you able to find a parking spot?
I did, actually. I went there earlier in the day. I think that was a trick because when I left, it was a zoo.
Oh, smart, yep. Also, while we're on the subject, a fun fact that some people may or may not know, but West Edmonton Mall has the largest parking lot in the world.
Oh, does it? I did not know that.
The most amount of spaces in a continuous parking lot, which is kind of surprising. But, you know, people got to be able to get to the stores, get to the amusement park, get to the water park, get to the hotel. There's all sorts of things you can do.
Not too far from here.
No, not at all.
Not too far from the Crestwood Curling Center.
Yeah, so if any teams are visiting from out of town, you should definitely check that out. And when it gets to, you know, minus 30 sometimes in Edmonton, it's a nice indoor haven. You can walk around for hours.
Absolutely. Tons of shops.
Stay nice and warm.
Yeah. All right. Team Richards of the first rock. They go top button.
Where they put the broom, it's hard to tell if it was a corner guard or a takeout, but it looks like a gentle takeout. And with the 5 rock free guard zone rule now, you're seeing more teams, like what I suspect Team Sturmay is doing here. They'll hit on the first rock and try to roll away, and then they'll throw corner guard just to get the other team's rock off the 4 foot. But Team Richards is going to see if they can hit this rock right on the nose, and then I'm sure we'll see Team Sturmay throw up a corner guard and try to get their 2 points this end. Maybe they want to blank in an odd end, but considering
just
how many rocks.
Curling here and rolling to the edge. It's going to stay in. Just rolls out.
Not quite.
Still in play, but rolled out.
Yeah, you never know. That could be a jam later in the end.
That is true, yeah. I think it might be just too far out for a jam.
Just too far. You might need 2 jams. Yeah.
Selena opting for a corner guard on that jam side.
very well executed.
Great corner guard.
You know, it seems like you can just lob up a corner guard, but it's still a precise shot. You need to make sure it's close enough to the house that the other team can't get around it and hit you out.
That is correct, yeah.
And you want to put it in a spot where you can still draw to the button, so you know it's not an easy shot. Well,
I played lead for 1 season on the tour, and it was my worst season.
Oh,
it is
yeah.
not an easy position.
I think the hardest part about lead is teammates often don't notice when you make your shots,
That
but
is
when you don't, they
remember.
They know real quick. Yeah. Ooh,
I think they were just a little heavy on that shot.
yeah, that's a tough one. Definitely want to put some pressure on Team Sturmay here. So they wanted that somewhere in the house.
Selena's trying to use her corner guard now, trying to go around.
But the good news for Team Richards, they're not in huge trouble. Even if Desiree makes this shot perfectly, they can just peel the corner guard. It's going to be tricky to find a way to get 3 blue rocks in the house here.
Yep. Sweepers like it. Just sweeping just to get a little more curl out of it.
And they did just that.
Great shot.
Yeah. Ooh, is she looking at the run back here?
Definitely looking at the run back.
Be a great result. You know, as long as you don't dead stick it behind there, it'll be okay. Like, even if you roll to center, it's an open hit now. And there goes Rachel.
A little bit of heat here.
Yeah, doesn't have the run back, but it's got the peel.
That's okay.
That's really all you needed. The run back was a nice bonus.
Selena looking to replace that guard now.
All right, strategy time. At what point should Team Sturmay split the house? Draw to the other side. Because you could guard all the way to the last rock, but if you're off even just by a little bit, Team Richards could hit it out.
What would you do, Ryan?
I'm not sure. I think it kind of depends on the team you're playing against. I think the very latest I would do is on your skips first, split the house.
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of the times it's just how the team is feeling as well, right? If the team they just can't read the weight, can't read the line, or just a little bit off, maybe you want to split the house sooner.
Exactly.
Right? Because otherwise you won't have that guard perfect line, right? So.
Yep. Because splitting the house, you could be really off on the line.
Absolutely.
You could be 2 feet inside, and you can still make a good shot. But the guard is more precise. So that makes a lot of sense.
Guard was replaced, and I think Team Richards wants to go in now.
They might go after it. It's a bit longer of a guard, and from the hack, they can see just a little bit of that blue.
Bit, yeah.
Well, the nice thing here is if you hit the guard, that's okay. It's basically just a peel.
And if you throw maybe back house way, you might just spin into the house.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Keeping rocks in play is important.
Totally.
I guess depending on certain situations.
Right.
Sweepers are on this.
Oh, what a wonderful sweep.
Yeah.
And is it going to jam like I said earlier? Oh, we need a double jam.
We needed a double jam, yeah. And the shooter stays back 12.
Fantastic shot.
So something to consider for later. But Selena decides to go right back to the corner of the house.
Yeah, fair enough. They threw that corner guard for a reason. And darn it, they are going to use it at all costs. All right, let's... Danielle with the out-turn come around. They're not touching it yet. It seems to be hanging out there. It might be a little toasty.
Definitely looking a little heavy here.
Gracelyn on the sweep to stay warm. Gets it through.
Another jam rock, Ryan.
They just keep coming.
So would you split the house now, or would you want to go like up and down?
Yeah, his team
Throw
Sturmay
one.
has 3 blue rocks left. Not a huge fan of coming around the corner guard, because if you go deep, they're just going to follow you down, and that might be their chance to get 2, maybe even 3, if they get a really good angle on it. This is a safe call. With how high the guard is, they were able to chase on Emma's first, and a wonderful shot, so I would personally like to see a top 4 shot.
Yep.
But there's no harm in peeling this guard and blanking. They do have the lead on the scoreboard.
As long as the shooter rolls out, and they do.
No problem. Yeah, that was a risk-reward kind of call. They're never going to get a 2 points with that. So I don't mind it at all. 2 nice throws from Emma there.
Danielle second. She's looking to just bump that red out.
No problem there. Nice shot.
Gracelyn looking to trade rocks here. Looking like a blank.
I guess while the end isn't as exciting anymore, now might be a good time to go through some of Team Richard's team sponsors. They have Polycam, the ultimate joining system, RBKS Construction Limited, Comox Mini Storage, Webb's Machinery, New Holland Agriculture, Thinking Time Toys, Northwind Land Resources Incorporated, and Fountain Tire.
Just as Gracelyn makes her first shot, just a simple nose hit, and Selena's going to trade rocks here.
Watch out for the jam on the last rock.
Yep.
If the rock stays over there on the other side of the house, I don't think they have anything to worry about. You never know.
You never know. Either way, there could be a jam.
And the one thing you really don't want to jam on is the hack. I've done that before. Flip the rock over. Not good. Not good. Is he going to stick around?
She
Ooh,
doesn't.
very interesting. So now the jam could come into play. The Team Richards is going to, I'm sure, play to the other side of the house, where you have multiple potentially jams in play. Well, maybe not that back rock. It might be too far, but you could definitely jam on the side blue.
At this point, Richards doesn't really have much to lose. Worst they can do is just give up one. Hit the force.
Totally. And it's another practice draw for them.
Another
which
practice
is
draw,
always
which is
nice to
great.
have. So that's what Selena would have loved to stick around there, just so Gracelyn wouldn't have an extra chance for a draw. This rock is coming down, going off to the side.
Might be a little wide, but it's cutting in.
It's coming over really nicely. Yeah, it's pretty much where they wanted it, I think. Well done.
Well done. A little deeper might have been a little bit better, but either way,
Yeah.
Selena has the shot.
And, you know, the ice at the Crestwood's pretty darn good, so I don't think that's an issue here. But way out in the wings, you never know. It might be a little bit different ice out there. So it could curl, it could fall away from the rock.
No shots are given.
Exactly. Oh, this rock is curling hard.
And she does get a quarter piece of it. Half rock. Will it stick? And it does.
That is a break for Team Richards. You did not want to get your single point in an odd end.
No, most definitely not. But Sturmay scores, and it is tied at 2 after 3. Draw 7 at the Crestwood Curling Center. Okay, sheet 1. Some event updates. Who's that playing there?
We have Phillips Team Red versus Strauss. Strauss is from the U.S. And currently, Hannah Phillips from Edmonton is up 1-0 over Delaney Strauss. They are from Michigan. They've come quite a ways for this. And on sheet 2, we have Evan Van Amsterdam versus Ginter. And that is actually a battle of father and son, which is quite interesting. We have Jason Ginter on Team Van Amsterdam versus, is that Jeff Ginter?
Well, it is his dad, so.
Yeah.
Sheet 3 is Kevin Tim and Andrew Dunbar.
Yeah, and they are currently tied 3-3.
And then our feature game, Richards and Sturmay tied at 2 after 3. Sturmay went halfway center guard.
Amy with the come around here. So as I mentioned earlier, Amy hails from BC originally and was actually part of a curling documentary that I believe is coming to movie theaters soon called Curl Power, following her team in juniors. So you can definitely go check that out when it hits your nearest theater. And Gracelyn, skip of Team Richards, also is from BC originally and came to Edmonton to play with the U of A program. While Emma and Rachel are local from Edmonton. And I should also note the 5th member, Sophia of Team Richards, is from the US. Also came quite a ways for this program, so they're having a lot of fun, getting some good competition in, and we'll see what they can do this season.
The UVA program is definitely a great program. You were part of it.
Yes, back in my day.
Yeah, when I went to the U of A, there was a guy named Brendan Botcher who was part of the program there, and
he's an okay curler.
Just all right.
Yep, he tries. That guy's a shot maker.
Yep.
I think he won the World Junior Championships while he was at the U of A. So
I remember that because he did engineering at the U of A, as did I, and I always saw him in the halls.
Ooh,
and
sweet.
Yeah, we actually curled together at in the Shoe Park Curling Club in the junior program there, and so I knew him from when we were small. And
hey, that's awesome.
Yeah,
small world.
I think I only played him once on tour, and I think he beat us in an extra.
Awesome.
But yeah,
it's good to go toe to toe with those guys.
Yeah. Gracelyn going to the wings here.
Yeah, not looking to junk it up too much in the middle, so I don't mind that side call.
Sturmay trying to go around all of those rocks. Danielle trying to, oh, no, it's not Danielle. Danielle's trying to sweep it right to the pin now. Just bites the button.
And while we're on the subject of Brendan Botcher and some really good curlers, this Team Sturmay is one of the top teams in the country. I can pull up the full standings soon, but Selena Sturmay is a 2-time Canadian champion, won Canadian Juniors and a World Silver Medal back in 2019, as well as represented Canada at the 2018 Winter Universiade, the University Olympics. So a very good up-and-coming team. And like I said, they have earned their spot in the Women's Nationals this year. So they're very excited about that, to be going back for a 2nd year in a row. And
do you remember last year they were a wild card or they were out of Alberta? I think they were out of Alberta, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a really good run. And they didn't quite make it all the way through, but they had a great run into the championship round at the Scotties. So, and I'm sure they're looking forward to get back and see if they can make some small improvements. Because, you know, it's a great experience to go there, and I'm sure you learn so much that you want to apply the next time you go. And that was this exact team last year. They've all stuck together. That's the way to do it typically. You can grow as a team, I would say.
100%, yeah. It was difficult when I was competing because I had a new team every year.
Totally.
Team Sturmay replaces the guard. Clogging up the center.
Yeah, they're making Team Richards work for it here.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So Rachel's going to take a crack. Looks like a double peel. Try to get both blues out of the guard zone. I should also note that Rachel is a national U18 champion. And I am not a national champion, so she's actually my curling hero, I guess. She, very, very good curler. All 8 of these curlers, they've all got bright futures. Oh, just
a hair.
Yeah.
Just a hair missing the double peel, but gets the top peel. And nothing. Selena's going to replace that again.
Danielle trying to put it back up.
First rock.
Oh, no.
Did they burn it or did they pick?
They must have burned it. I didn't see myself. Selena was in the way.
That is an unfortunate rock.
Oh, hard to tell from our angle, but yeah, so it looks like slipped just enough.
Richards looks like she's going to peel off that second center guard.
Yeah. And
the end changed quite a bit here.
It sure did.
Yeah.
Well, and the danger for Sturmay here is that blue guard is currently in the perfect spot. And if it's at all to the left or at all to the right, you could either hit the blue rock just by itself, or you could play the red onto the blue.
That is correct.
So they're not going to be happy about that one. You know, they might not even guard after this peel. They might hit the back red rock.
Straight peel, shooter rolls out. Like a soft weight bump here. It's curling quite a bit here.
Held it nicely.
Came in nicely, yeah. Great sweeping.
Yeah, one thing you'll notice with this team Sturmay is they throw a lot of spin on their rocks as well. As you watch the rock go down the ice on the stream there. So their rocks may run a little bit straighter than most teams.
I think they're playing that run back you were talking about earlier.
Yep.
This time it's wide open, so.
It's a good opportunity.
Would you try and nose that and get a run back double?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Is
It's
it
tough to get
too risky at
both
this
of
point?
them, but I try to get close to nose and see if you can stick the red behind the red you just threw. That's a good result
That's
too,
a very good
rolling
result,
over,
yep.
so you're not guarding the blue.
And you get a little bit of separation.
Yeah. So let's see some good sweeping from the front end. Very good. Just like 2 ends ago, deja vu all over again here.
Yeah, things change in one or two rocks, right?
Yep. And Sturmay's got to be careful of leaving a double. She did leave that double, and that's how they got their deuce in the second end.
She's looking to hit here and split the house.
Yep. You You definitely don't want to be rolling towards the center line here, getting the blue rocks closer together. If you do roll in that direction, I guess you want to go all the way under the red. So it's buried. Here comes Selena.
Right on the nose.
Pretty happy with that one. They might have been looking for a tiny outwards roll. But this is a tough double. You got to throw it real hard. I think it's a little thicker than half here.
Yeah, a little bit thicker than half. You got to get the right angle on this, too.
But the good news is, even if you don't get the other blue out, your red rock will be kind of behind that top 12 red. So it might
given
not
that you
matter
stick around,
too much.
Given that you stick around, right?
Yep.
If you roll out, Selena would just go parallel.
Yeah, we got a nice camera angle on this one. You can see you can roll into that blue rock. You could play the short roll off the blue as well.
If they do the roll, okay. I wasn't sure if they did the hit and be behind the red guard, but looks like they would just be peeking out just a hair.
Yep. I'm taking a bit of ice on this one. I got the broom right on the nose, so I don't think they're going to be throwing peel weight on this one and going for the double. They're more so trying to roll into the side of that brew. All right. There goes Gracelyn. Oh, this one has got to curl up a little bit.
Rolls a little bit towards center, but ultimately doesn't get behind the red guard or to the other blue.
But Sturmay's not safe just yet. They could leave a double still.
Yep.
Though it's always a little bit scarier playing on your last rock. You know, it's nice to play on your
100%.
first one, so if you do miss it, you still have a chance to play a normal draw.
Except
or
Kevin
open
Cooey, right?
Yep. Yeah, you don't want to leave that guy a double.
Selena here looking to, on her last, looking to hit and roll just slightly out, separating the rocks a little bit more. Looks like she's just throwing just bumper weight. Needs to curl a little bit.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah. No matter what, there was always going to be a double chance.
Yep.
Just depending on how difficult that double would be.
And on the previous double possibility, it wasn't possible to roll over top of the other blue. On this one, though, if you hit the top blue too thick, you're giving up a steal. You're going to spin right over and out. So
would you be going for the double here, or would you want to maybe just draw for one?
I think it depends how I'm feeling in that particular spot. I don't.
You know,
well, if I knew the draw path, I might. The blue's a little bit in the way of what you would normally do right to the side of the button. But I think I would give the double a crack.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe with lighter weight and have a plan B of just rolling into the top of it.
Right.
So like a
given 2-2
normal weight.
Given 2-2 fourth end.
Yep.
This is a relatively safe draw, it looks like.
I think they're
Are they?
hitting
Oh,
the back
okay,
one
sorry.
on this one, yeah. Which is a good
Which
shot
is a
too.
relatively safe hit.
Yeah. Just got to make sure you get past the red one.
Sweeper's on it. Trying to get by.
Oh, they have to hold this one. Is it going to get by the red?
And
no.
they just feather that guard up front, their own guard. And it's a steal of 2 for Sturmay.
Oh, super close.
Fourth end break. 4-2 Richards, or 4-2 Sturmay, sorry. After 4.
That definitely hurts a little bit. So one of the things I like about the double is it was quite difficult to give up a steal of 2. Very easy to give a steal of 1.
That is true.
Unfortunately,
Yep.
but there wasn't anything really in the way. So that's something that you also want to consider when you're playing those shots. Yeah.
A lot of the times curling is using your strength of your team and the ice conditions and wanting to just playing the game, right? Like
exactly. Yep. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Well, there's still lots of time left for Team Richard. They've been playing well. They got their deuce in the second end. And if they set some things up nicely, they'll have no problem getting it right back. But Team Sturmay is going to do everything they can to not let that happen.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Ryan. I didn't think of it that way earlier about that guard, like what you said. That the double would have probably been, hard to give up to.
Totally.
Yeah. My dad always told me that your misses, what's going to happen if you miss? Not saying that you will, but what happens if you miss? What could happen?
Right. I guess that goes for during the end as well, saying if I miss, what do I leave the other team?
Exactly, right.
And a nice corner guard goes up from Amy. Now Paige is going to put another one into the house, get some rocks that Team Richards will have to deal with later on. I feel like I should also note this is quite a competitive event as well. So we, as mentioned earlier, we have Team Strauss from the US, and they're not playing at the moment, but we also have Team Fujisawa from Japan, came all this way just for this event. So it's a really good competition this weekend. So definitely want to stay tuned for all our viewers for the rest of the action, this pool play and the playoffs starting tomorrow. Team Richards going to try to use the guard that Sturmay threw. They were trying to come into the house, and guards could be useful for them being down points.
Right down the center, top 8.
Yeah, really nice weight, just didn't want to come over on that one.
Just didn't want to move. Yeah, great weight, great weight.
But the good news for Team Richards on that one, If Team Sturmay hits it on the nose, they jam, so they have to roll away on this one, and they'll have a chance to do it again. Oh, this one has got a long way to go. Are they going to get the red out?
Just gets a piece of it, and both rocks roll out. The shooter and the shooter and the other one rolls out.
Unfortunately, same thing on this one, just didn't quite curl enough. But it's a similar worry for Team Sturmay because they have to avoid the jam. Yep. Very clean throw from Desiree. And it translates into an excellent takeout.
And slightly rolls behind the guard there.
Yep.
Just a little teaser sticking out.
It sure is teasing them. Yep.
And we have a final on sheet 5. Kaufman defeats Steele.
Here goes Rachel with the run back and open things up. Boom, boom.
Oh,
boom.
Great shot, great shot. Great run back double by Rachel.
That is crucial for this team. Working hard to hold the line, Amy, on that one. And just excellent, leaving 2 corner guards that they can use later. That's a big one.
Great shot.
And I guess the unfortunate part is you don't get to throw 2 rocks in a row. Now Team Sturmay gets a chance to put another rock in there.
They're going around the guards.
Looks like it, yeah.
Just a little heavy, slides to the back button there. But behind the guard nonetheless, great shot. Gracelyn looking to run back the 2 blues.
Uh-oh, this one is all over the top red. Are they going to get a good angle coming back in? Oh, it's a tough one. It's too bad it rolled the other red right in front of the blue.
Yeah.
Though it is lined up pretty nicely.
It is lined up.
You might be able to.
Just double nose there.
Yep. This reminds me of a shot I had when I was playing in U18s.
Mm-hmm.
Way back. But the rocks were in the perfect spot where it was basically unmissable. A double run back. It was going exactly right there.
Just hit the rock.
Exactly. Yeah, and all the parents went crazy, but it was the easiest shot I'd ever thrown.
Hey, don't admit that, right? That's
exactly.
You made that.
You know it. When my team had a saying after that, we would sometimes say, "Oh, this shot's unmissable." Though I guess you could flash it.
There's always a way to miss a rock, right?
Once you get to a certain point, you should be pretty close, you know?
Yes.
And what a fantastic shot from Danielle there.
Sitting right
did
on
have
top
a nice
of the other one.
practice shot on the last one. Right on top, like you said. Big trouble for Team Richards. And they might be lucky with those angles. It's going to be hard to spill them all.
Yeah, if you nose the red, do you think you could split off the two in the 4-foot?
I think the two that are currently in the 4-foot go pretty easily. But I'm a little worried about that top 12 blue. I think it might stay right there. Might spin a bit to the left.
It's not perfectly in line,
yeah.
But so there is an angle there. I think they're looking at it. They're trying to just catch the outside of that top blue in the 4-foot there.
Yeah. Well, and another thing you want to keep in mind is, do you even want to have another rock on the center line as a guard?
That is true.
You might want to hit it on the center line side,
That's right.
No matter what happens, and get everything moving.
Now, if this shot is made, Selena would have 2 red guards and basically a wide open house. So then she could probably just draw around and be sitting shot rock again with 2 guards.
Yep. Exactly.
So definitely a lot of considerations here.
And based on the broom, it's pretty close to the center line. I think they want to make sure there's no guards in the way it looks like. That's what they're going for. And I should clarify, my shot that I mentioned was unmissable. This one is not. It is a little bit too far apart, so you have to hit it precisely.
Very close here. And
Right.
she does catch half of that top 4-foot rock and almost spills it out. But as you said earlier, there was always going to be, or there was a very good chance of a blue sticking around in the back 4.
Yep.
And Selena's now sitting 2, fairly spread out, with her first shot coming up.
Well, Team Richard still has to be pretty happy with that result. All the rocks spun out of the way, and now they have a bit of breathing room.
A little more open, right?
Yep. Yeah. They can see the pin.
Hey, that's all you really need, right? Give your skip a shot at the end.
An interesting rule in curling might be if the pin was worth 2 points, so that the other team, you get rewarded for being really good at that draw.
In my my first tour event, I was playing in Vernon.
Yep.
And we were in the A final against Cooey.
Sweet.
And
that's an awesome spiel.
Yeah, and the spiel doesn't happen anymore. But I remember we threw the pin, and then they threw the pin. This was for the warm up for who had hammer, right? And so we each had the pin, and we had to throw again, and we hit the pin again.
Yeah.
And then they just got top button. So I won something against Cooey.
Nice.
Right? We lost that game 5-1, but
still,
my only
experience.
I'll take any win against him I can.
Yep, totally.
Pin to win is what we called it.
Still
Yep.
counts.
Yep.
Yep.
What do you think Gracelyn is considering here?
Looks like she's thinking about opening it up to make an easier shot on the last one. I'm personally not a big fan. I think you have to play the out turn draw on this one. I don't like touching those guards. It's too late.
Bury the red right top button, just corner freezing. The blue would probably be better. Because then there's no run back that can. I guess there is a run back to remove it,
but that's a pretty tricky shot.
Yeah.
She might be able to push the red rock into the house, like just touch the top of it. But it still won't be the best result.
Do you think that, can't quite see it on the camera, but do you think that blue is slightly overlapping the red a little bit?
I think just enough. Yeah. We're playing the out turn. Looks like a red run back on this one.
Just touches that outside blue, or that top blue. Changes the angle just ever so slightly.
Yeah, I think that was a big tactical mistake on their part. A tough shot too that they were trying.
Very tough shot. Yeah. Now, as we were saying earlier, what does that leave Selena now? Does she go top 8?
Well, Selena has to ask herself, what is Gracelyn's last shot going to be? And the easiest shot, as with the previous one, would be just to follow it down, draw to the back blue rock that is in the 4-foot. So she's going to block off that path. She might like to be top 4, would be really good. But as long as she's guarding the path, I don't think she's going to be too worried. I didn't see exactly where they're trying to go to.
Gracelyn still has that run back or raise in turn, so she does have options for her last shot.
Yep, can't take away everything. A nice throw from Selena. Paige is working hard on the sweep here to get it by.
Gets it by. Great shot. Right to the top 4, right to Selena's broom.
Oh, it doesn't get much better than that,
That's
Curtis.
right, yeah.
And not only that, it
Sit
makes
3.
the run back much harder.
Yeah.
Because now you have to spin it in or make a run double. You could still tap to the button, but my goodness, it's hard enough to draw to the button.
Score zone's just a button now.
Yep. All right. It's Team Richards here. They need a big shot now. Keep the game alive. A steal of 2 here would be a long way to go against a really solid team like Sturmay.
Final rock of the 5th end. Sturmay up 4-2 with Richards having hammer here.
All right. And Gracelyn is off out of the starting blocks. Looking close so far. Oh, they're curling it over. They've got to get it over. Oh, it's not going to be quite enough. Just in the top of the blue. So close.
Very close. Great weight. Great weight. Just a little
really
thin.
good effort on that one. Yeah.
So a steal of 2 for Sturmay. 6-2 after 5. Gator Construction Group is thrilled to be part of this event and offers design, build, construction services. Gator also has concrete restoration, coating, and hydro demolition robot divisions and services all Western Canada. Head to gatorbuilt.ca to learn more. This event is also sponsored by Everlast Plumbing and Heating. Everlast Plumbing and Heating is proud to sponsor this event and support our local community. With over 13 years of experience servicing Central and Northern Alberta, we are dedicated to providing safe, reliable, and top quality plumbing, heating, and gas fitting services. At Everlast, we're committed to ensuring both client satisfaction, safety on every project. Your trusted choice for all things plumbing and heating.
Yeah, thanks again to all the event sponsors for their support. It wouldn't be possible to put this on and get some good prize money for these teams to attract teams from, like we said, all across the world.
All across the world. Quality teams. These are world-class teams.
They really are.
Blue goes top 8.
And I forgot to mention it earlier about some of the world rankings. So the third highest ranked women's team in the world is Fujisawa. So that is the team that is here. So this is truly a world-class event. And Team Strauss from Minnesota, USA, they are 21st team in the world. And Selena Sturmay, who we were watching right now, is not too far behind. They are 26th in the world. Let me count how many that is for Canada. They would be the 9th best women's team in Canada at the moment. So not too shabby.
Top quality teams here at the Crestwood this weekend.
Well, that's why we're here.
If you're in Edmonton, just come on by and check it out.
Yeah, they got some great food as well. So you can fuel up, get entertained, just have a good time with friends.
Leads second shot. Going right into the house, applying pressure, given that they are up 6-2.
They don't need guards. They don't need any more points. They just want to hit all the reds in sight. But they got to wait a few rocks because of the free guard zone. Looks like Team Richards is going to try to jiggle these blues around. They're in a very dangerous position top of the house. You got to deal with them at some point. And the guard's just off center, so it could be a good opportunity to make a pocket of the blues. And
it looks like it's over curling a little bit.
Yeah, are they going to touch the blue?
And they just touch it, but they spill out.
Oh. And that double hurts. It lined up the blues straight on. That's unfortunate.
A little bit of an uphill battle for this end for Team Richards.
Yep. And with how good this Team Sturmay is at hitting as well as drawing, I don't think they're going to have an opportunity to get more than 2 points, because after this shot on Desiree's second rock, they're just going to start peeling the guards. But if Team Richards makes all their shots, they should be able to get a deuce here. But the sands of time are running out on this game. There are only 3 ends left. 4 ends if they can get to an extra.
Right.
Of course.
Sturmay just adding another rock into the pile. Oh, looks like they go through the house as well.
Oh, not what
I'm
they
not
wanted.
Too sure, yeah.
But some teams will do that up 4. They don't want to have too much junk, so they're not going to be too sad about that.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt them too much.
Maybe a little embarrassed, but all right, look, Rachel trying a similar shot. Now you definitely want to move those blues. Ideally, you push one of them to the side, and then you create a pocket you can freeze into. That'd be a great result. Even nosing the blue could be good. Make it harder for Team Sturmay to remove. It's not quite going to curl over, but it's a pretty nice shot. Yeah, no hesitation from Selena, right up to the guard. But that red in the side 12 is way over there. It's going to be tough to double that out if they can get another red on the other side. Yo, this is... Oh,
And a field goal here.
interesting.
Gracelyn trying to get another rock into the house here. Trying to go
just
top
a question
4.
of how she wants to do it.
Yep.
Looks like a draw.
Might as well take advantage of that previously missed shot.
Oh, absolutely.
Sturmay is going to try and peel that guard again next shot, so might as well get one in the house while you can.
Yep. Like we were talking about earlier, you got to capitalize.
Yep.
This rock has got a long way to go to get behind the guard.
Just a little wide and looking maybe a little light here.
Not a lot of juice on it.
Yeah. That's not ideal as it kind of guards the shot rock.
Yeah, if that blue wasn't there, it wouldn't be so bad. They could use it.
To bump or
but
something, yeah.
the blue is right there. And it's going to be tricky to get that one out of the way. Though some good news maybe, and again, they're running out of time in this end to do it, but that guard is pretty tight to the house. They might be able to split it in.
Yes.
Roll both reds into the house, but you got to hit all the blues out too.
Yeah, you need to be shot.
Yeah. I don't think you can get shot with the split, but then you have to make a double later on to make it happen, I guess.
Now hits and rolls out for Team Sturmay.
Yeah, and that's what they were going for, I believe. They don't want any rocks to jam on.
Gracelyn wants to play a bump.
Looking for a hack weight, I believe. Get it going straight back into the blue one, but keep the blue one around as some backing. Could work out nicely. And Emma throwing this tap back. It's looking pretty close.
Needs a curl here. They're going to get a little bit of a split here.
What did I just say? I can see the future. Okay.
Selena here just going to try and remove that shot rock there. Or no, the rock that was just thrown.
Yeah. Danielle with a nice throw there. Good sweep to avoid the jam.
Pretty much a nose hit there, so sitting 3 for blue.
Things could get interesting, you know. Yeah. That blue could be used as a sort of guard by Team Richards. If you can hit and roll in that direction. Similar to 2 ends ago, they could roll into the side of the blue rock.
Yep. Rock's starting to take off here a little bit.
Yeah, this looks like a really good shot.
They're perfect, yeah.
Oh.
Still shot.
Excellent
Rock.
shot. Wow. Might be showing a piece of it. That's precise.
A great shot.
You know, that could set them up for a potential 3 points. You can see a bit of this red one, but it's dangerous. If you hit the top, if you hit your blue, or hit the back blue, you're giving up 3.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a crucial shot, keeping the game alive.
Sturmay is looking to just draw, ignoring that blue rock, or that red rock that was just thrown. This is her first in the 6th end.
But I don't think this is what Selena was envisioning she was going to be throwing at the start of this end.
Nope.
You know, even if you make this, there's still opportunity for Team Richards if they can make a really good shot.
Mm-hmm.
There's Selena with the come around attempt.
Rock's coming in. Sweeping just to get a little bit more curl there to bury the rock. Right to the top 4. Half buried, it looks like.
Yeah, you can see a bit of that, but it's a pretty long guard.
Yeah.
Gracelyn should be able to get at least to the nose on that one with the tap back. Sit 2. Maybe even get to the inside, and that's where it gets dangerous for Team Sturmay.
Looks like they're going to probably be playing that little bump, like you were saying.
Yep.
Would you want to have your red rock peek out just a hair, just attempt Sturmay to go after it and get a potential jam, or would you want to be fully buried?
I think I'd want to be fully buried. It does leave the blue slash if you're fully buried. But if Selena hits the blue rock on the nose, it'll clip out her back blue, and you'll have a hit for 4. And all of a sudden, you're right back in the game. But you really got to make sure you are at least somewhat buried here. If you roll open, Selena will have no problem rolling into the side of the red one, and then you're done for.
Sweepers trying to carve it in a little bit.
Yeah. They want this
it's a
one
little
to
bit
come
out
over.
there.
Doesn't have enough to even stick around. Oh.
It touches the blue and spins out.
Really nice weight. Just
a little hard, just a little bit out there.
Yeah.
Not quite coming in.
Again, it seems like a tough spot. Like even Selena's rock on a draw had a hard time curling enough. So. So how is Selena gonna make sure that there's no chance for two here?
They're looking at putting it at top 12, top 8, just kind of blocking that draw path a little bit. Blocking that freeze to the one in the top 4, the blue.
Yeah, and as well as the tap for two on the blue rock. Yeah. I think that's what they're most worried about here. They could also, Team Richards on their last throw, the long run back, hit the red on the nose. It's a precise shot though.
Yeah.
For two.
Richards does have hammer, so there is still a draw possibility after this one, but we'll see what Selena does here.
So if Selena does leave them a shot for two, they might go after it no matter how hard it is. Because down 3 without hammer with 2 ends left is a long, long way back against a good team like this.
Yeah.
You have to steal 2 at some point.
Selena just bites the 12 here. There is a draw. Difficult draw, but it is possible to pick up one.
I feel like they're either going to try through the hole with the tap back, which looks incredibly tight to me.
Very tight.
Or the run back.
Yeah.
I think they're going to go for broke on this one.
Yeah. Sturmay is leading 6-2. Richards would love to get a deuce here. It is a long run back, but it is there.
It's queued up nicely. You don't have to worry about where to hit it. Just hit it right on the middle.
Right in the middle, yeah.
We see Team Sturmay taking a nice rest on the ice. Just chilling. Awaiting the results of this run back. But it looks like Danielle's up and ready to sweep if need be.
Final rock of the 6th end. Sturmay and Richards draw 7. Gracelyn is looking to do a run back for 2.
Yeah, and will Team Richards be able to keep the game alive here? We will find out in a moment. Pretty nice clean throw.
Sweeper's on it, trying to hold line here.
Oh, this is super close.
Very close.
Oh,
just off the nose.
Over curled just half an inch. Sweeping it hard, and I just can't quite hold it there. There seems to be some curl on that side of the ice. But a really good effort and an excellent game.
But a steal of 1 for Team Sturmay.
Yep.
7-2 after 6.
And it looks like that will be all. Handshakes down 5, which is fair enough. That again, that's a long road.
Final score, Sturmay 7, Richards 2.
You want to do this one?
This event is also sponsored by RCM Group of Companies. The RCM Group is locally owned and operated, proudly supporting our local community over 30 years. The RMC Group prides itself in providing a portfolio of products and services to the construction industry. The heart of the group being Ready Mix Concrete, supplying any concrete requirement you may have. RMC has grown over the years to offer products and services such as aggregates, precast items, residential flat work, and foundation packages, screwing piles, fabricated brackets, construction materials, fiberglass rebar, and dry bulk transportation. The RMC Group is committed to the highest level of service, quality, and safety within support of its local community. We are proud to sponsor this event, and as we continue to support our local support.
Well, that's all for us, folks. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, stay tuned. We'll have some more action for you at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time, as well as tomorrow and Monday for some playoff action. So